Hi everyone, welcome to our Zoom interview. We're going to have a chat. Me, Jess, Ali, one of our support workers, and Laine, our intern, have a bit of a chat about books and films that we've been watching during lockdown. Obviously, we've had a bit of a crazy year, we all have, and we've had to pass the time by doing lots of nice different things, haven't we, as we've been at home. So some of the things we've been doing, and probably you've been doing too, is reading books and watching films. So we thought we'd do a little book and film review on some of the books and films we've been enjoying over this past year. So I will start with my book that I'd like to mention. So it's called Happy. It's by Fearne Cotton, who you might know. There's a picture of her actually on the back. Fearne Cotton is very open about her mental health issues that she's been through. And this book is a little bit about those, but really it's about all the good things that she's done and the ways that she's coped and gotten through her mental health issues. So it is a very happy book. It's very uplifting. I'll show you some of the bits inside. There's like interviews with different people from different charities. There's little activities that you can do. There's a little quiz. Here's a little picture. It's full of lots of pictures and activities to do. In the middle, there's a lovely section with lots of recipes as well. Trying to find her recipes. I can't find them, but there's all sorts in there. Just lots of meditations, activities, lovely things. There's her recipe. She's got some really nice ones in there. And it's really apt, I think, for lockdown. It's all about slowing down, thinking about our pace of life and doing things that we enjoy, being kind to ourselves. So I really recommend that one. I think it came out in 2017, so it's quite a new book. And she's also got a podcast which I'd really recommend, which is called Happy Place. So the book is Happy and the podcast is Happy Place, and she interviews lots of different people about their mental health on that. So you might like to check that out as well.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, so that's my book. And my film to recommend is a Christmas film. So if you're someone who likes Christmas films, I have found a film that came out last Christmas, so it's quite a new film called Klaus, spelt Klaus, Klaus, and you can find it on Netflix if you've got Netflix, and it's just a really lovely film. I must say I didn't have high hopes. I thought it was just an average Christmas film when I put it on, but it just told this lovely story, this quite alternative story of how Santa came to be Santa. And it's really different. It's a really unique way of thinking about Santa and the idea of gift giving, and it's really feel good, really fun. It's a cartoon and it was Oscar nominated as well, so it is a really good quality film, and it's made by the people who made Despicable Me. So if you like that film, which I really do, I would recommend Klaus this Christmas time. So there you go. That's my book and film. How about you, Laine? What have you been reading or watching?
So for my book, I picked No Matter the Wreckage by Sarah Kay. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. And it's a poetry book, so it doesn't really have a plot, but it kind of tells the story of her growing up, has lots of experiences from her childhood, and she has a poem about her brother, which is really nice. It kind of just, kind of tells the story of her life, but it's just written really well. She's done a TED talk on YouTube, which is just really nice. Her reading some of her work and everything. She's really good. That's my book.
It sounds lovely.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, really good one. They're really easy to read as well. It's not super complicated language or anything. It's just simple, but really nice. I really love that book. For my movie, I had to pick a Disney film. So I went with my favorite Disney princess, which is Moana. And if you haven't seen it, kind of tells the story of a teenage girl who basically saves her village, and she goes on a quest to do that. And it's just really nice. Yeah, my favorite Disney film, I think.
Good choice. And the songs in Moana are lovely, aren't they?
Yeah, so good.
Have you got a favourite song, Laine, from Moana?
Shiny's really funny. I don't think How Far I Go. Is that what it's called? How Far I Go? That's my favourite sounding one, but Shiny's really funny.
Some song reviews as well on our book and film review.
Yeah.
Some songs to check out.
And good ideas for what we can ask for Christmas.
Yeah, that's
on our Christmas list, these books.
Thank you, Laine. They both sound great. Definitely like to check out that poetry book. Yeah. How about you, Ali?
My book is one that I first read quite a long time ago. I was given it by a friend, and it's one of those books that I knew I would want to read again. It's called The Red Tent by Anita Diamant. The strapline is The Oldest Love Story Never Told. It's one of those books that I knew I would want to read it again, so I kept hold of it, because often I read a book and then think, oh, I'll pass it on to a friend or whatever. But this one I've read a couple of times. I'm going to reread it. It's in my pile to reread because I haven't read it for a while. But it's loosely based on the story of Jacob and his family in the Bible. And he had 12 sons, but he also had a daughter. This is her. It's told from her point of view, from her perspective. There were lots of women in that family, mums, and she's the only daughter. But the story's kind of about community of women living together in those times, in tents. They lived in the desert, about how they come together and support each other when they were pregnant and having their babies. And obviously there were some ups and downs. Community life's not always easy, but it's just a really lovely story of women supporting each other, and it's just quite interesting. I'm fascinated to know what of it perhaps is true and what is poetic license. I'm sure there's a lot of that in there, but it's a really nice story. And I'm going to reread it, but I recommend it. So that's an interesting one.
We're all for community, women in community at Gateway. So a bit of sisterhood goes a long way with us.
It's a good book for that. And then my film is also a Christmas film, like your choice, Jess. This is an old classic, really. Miracle on 34th Street. And if you haven't watched this, I thoroughly recommend it. Mara Wilson here is about maybe 4 or 5 in the film, and she's now in her 30s, so it shows you that it is quite an old film. But for us, it's a classic, and we watch it every Christmas, and it always makes us feel good. It's a really sweet storyline, like about Christmas hopes and wishes. She's quite she's a little girl with an old head on young shoulders, really, but kind of she just softens as she goes through the film, and she's just a sweet little character. She's got a little lisp, and she's just so endearing. And it just, for me, always makes me feel, right, Christmas is starting when I watch Miracle on 34th Street. So it's a recommended feel-good Christmas film from me.
Good choice, Ali. That's my favourite Christmas film. I love that film. It's so magical and feel good. Definitely, if you haven't seen it, that is a good choice, Ali. Well, thank you so much, Ali and Laine. It's been really nice to chat a bit about what we've been watching and reading, or what we're going to be watching and reading over the coming Christmas month. So I hope that's helpful for you lovely ladies as well. Gives you a few suggestions on what to read and watch. And we'd love to hear what you've been reading and watching too. So do write into us if you'd like to chat more or have any suggestions for us as well. Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.